Yeah. I think I'm paying him too much money. Michael's chewing a crunchy sweet, it doesn't matter though. Craig likes this, because he still dreams that he's going to be a professional footballer. He used to be useless, he broke everything, he hit everything. What are you doing, Bob?
Not good on camera. Yeah, I could smash that from here.
See, he's coming round a bit though, isn't he?
He is.
Hello, welcome to the last video of 2024. It's nearly a full year of me having my own little YouTube channel, and as of today I've got 777 subscribers. That's pretty amazing for me considering where I started, and I'm not even 12 months in. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I can't tell you how much this helps me motivate myself and cover the costs for all the future videos that we intend to do. This week there's a bit happening, and have a bit of a recap of what we've done this year and also the shorter jobs that we've done this month. We're now heading over to Ancroft to have a look at a barrier that we're installing, a security barrier. Right, bit of a funny one for me this morning. I pulled some of my staff and contractors in and cut it loose basically. I told them I wasn't happy. Some of the standards of what has been done lately is not to the standard that we work to. It's not the standard that me and Jodie want to take the business forward to. It's not the standard that 2 generations of my family have put in and the ethos behind the business. So I'm probably in a bit of a bad mood today. It's nothing that serious. It's not like there's a long list of jobs that haven't been completed the way I want. But I see standards slipping and I'm not having it. It's our way or nothing. Thankfully, that's all been addressed. I don't think we'll see that again. I think that's all put to bed. Although that sounds like I'm ending the year on a bad note, we're not. It ended positively and I think good things will come of it. Right, we're at Ancroft. This is the main drive in. So I've got Northeast Automation on site today. We're putting in a barrier with the 2 mounted points that if I was a customer, I would drive up to and offer my token gesture, which is like a key ring. It will read that key ring and open the barrier. Right, and Jordan, what time we're going to be completed on this?
4 o'clock.
So 4 o'clock, this is going to look like a lifesaver.
Yeah.
These cuts in the floor here, I know how this works, but talk everyone through it. This is really interesting.
It's a magnetic sensor. It works off induction. It's like the metal detector that you take to the beach. So when your car drives over it, it detects metal there and it won't let the barrier close. If it's already open and tries to close, it'll reopen so it doesn't land on your car. But if it's already closed, you'll need to use your token.
You've got to use your token. Because they're touring caravans and they can be hitched up and moved, it's an extra security feature anyway.
Yeah.
So we've sold one of these caravans. That's went down to look at the deck and still got to follow. I'm going to pull these 2 caravans back in the new year and they're going to go on the pond. And beyond that, down here, there's not a lot left for us to do. I'd like to make some upgrades to the toilet block. Again, we sort of just inherited that when we bought it. Right, get this on camera. Right, on camera. Cameron's just told me he's 21 and for Christmas and New Year, he's where are you driving? Austria,
France, and then New Year in St. Anton.
Yeah. I think I'm paying him too much money. Right, that's Ancroft done. There's not a lot going on there, and there's not a lot going on at Looker. We've completed all the tasks that we had lined up. We've got stuff to pick up in the new year, especially at Looker. I want to get that bridge repaired done. We've done all the roads at Looker, that was a big thing. Now we're going to dash back to Barmoor. Got concrete coming for the pitches we're going to put in around the pond. We've come down to like our Woodland walk. I built this a couple of years ago and it's taken me a couple of years to get it right, to be honest with you. I was on and off the job trying to get the surface decent enough for people to walk or run around here. Now, it's predominantly for dog walkers, and I've been going on in my videos that I'd like to do a park run, and I'm going to have to ask the staff to organise that because I just can't get the time. But the reason we've come down here there's a tree boundary right the way around the park, and this was planted in 2007. Now they were only like 12 inches tall, so they were little whips, and they've come on obviously tremendously in that time. But there's something I'm really guilty of. I haven't taken off the plastic liners off the trees until now. So Dougie and Arlene have been kindly working through them all, pulling them all down. Now there's 11,000. So it's going to take most of this winter, and it's a thankless task. It's tough going. We'll have the odd day and we'll keep picking away at it, but so far I'd say we are nearly halfway. But I want this to be part of the environment that people come to, walk their dogs, take in the countryside, see the trees that we've planted when they're in full bloom in the summertime, and enjoy it. Right, we're back on the pond. Bobby is behind me, dressing up all of these bankings, just trying to get a set ground height. See behind me, he's already started. Here it goes. We are just trying to finish off a height and see where we're at, and then we can make a plan. Thankfully we've exposed the pipes that are inlets to the pond. Now we know they're doing nothing, they're not even connected to anything, so we can blank them off, put new ones in, and I feel like I'm starting to make a little bit of progress on this. We've been tied up, moving vans. I'd want to move today here, and the weather was atrocious at the weekend, so it took us a day for things just to dry out a little bit. This ground here is sandy, so even better because I can work on it in the wet. But again, just got to get leveled off, see where we're at, and make a plan. The lads are on marking out the GPS coordinates for where the pond's going to be and what the edges are like at the minute. Initially the plan here was to get in, excavate it all and see where we stood. We achieved that, and then I started looking at the cost to line this. Now I got a bit of a fright. The last time I did a pond was 2021, and I think at the time that was like 20 grand. That was 2,500 square meters. This will be a fair bit shy of that, but the price is just about doubled. There was two things I had to think about. I could reduce the size and then cover my costs. We've decided to put some pitches around this, so there'll be 7 and they'll be totally private. But the long-term idea is to build more water features within the grounds here. That's something that I've learned through the council's requirements of any of the new planning applications that we've done. It's part of their SUDS, which is Sustainable Urban Drainage, and that's just national policy now. So we know we can build more, so reducing this one wasn't really a bad thing. I always try and set ourselves a timeline. I'd like to do 7 bases, finished, concreted, serviced, turfed, tarmac driveways and a little bit of road. Obviously all of the planting in 4 weeks. Now the pond liner, that's going to be determined by weather. If we get a bad spell, they won't be able to get on, and I'm relying on outside contractors. Anything that we've got control over the timeline on, I want to be pushing on, and 4 weeks is our deadline. This is the first pitch on our pond development. It's built differently to all the rest. It's sideways on, but I've got a caravan that I have in mind for this. It's a centre lounge, so your living room will be here and you've got a bedroom at each end. So I've tailor-made this pitch for it. This is number 1, and there'll be a following 6 round the pond. I think you can understand it's going to be something special. It's very, very private round here. Although we're on a windy day today, it's quite sheltered, and I'm really excited to see how this is going to turn out. Right, you'll see the 2 square boxes in here. We don't know where we're going to put the services. Can either go at the front or the back. If I go at the back, that means I'm digging a trench through where my driveways and roads are going to be, and you're always going to succumb to a little bit of settlement. I could put trench fill, which is like concrete, on top of them, but if I ever need access, if I ever had a gas leak or a water leak, or there was an electrical cable had a fault, it's not the best idea. So we've covered our bases, pardon the pun, with inputs for services on the front and the back of this. You'll see the guys laying this concrete this afternoon. We're going to put it in with the excavator to save the wagon disturbing the actual pitch, and it's going to be really straightforward. I'm quite excited about this, and I'm excited to finish the year on a high. It's a bit of a positive for us. Although it's just one pitch, it gives us a direction of what we're doing as soon as we get back next year and the guys are hitting the ground running. I had a strange day last Friday. Got knocked up out of bed early. I was in work for 6 o'clock. so I got some jobs done. And then I went to go and see my guys coming in at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I found a strange car driving around. So I followed the gentleman in here past my office, and he started going down my work sheds. So I pulled him aside and I said, "Can I help you?" And he started talking. Now, I honestly couldn't place his accent, so I was looking at him a bit funny. So I said, "If you don't mind me asking, where you're from?" "Alabama." And he got out of the car, put his cowboy hat on, spat some chewing tobacco on the floor, and walked over and shook my hand. The gentleman was called Joey Mason. So immediately I brought him up here and introduced him to everyone, and we all had a coffee. But it transpires he owns 4 RV parks in America, in Alabama. He's got a farm, a meat production business, a construction business, and he's younger than me, which made me feel useless. Anyway, we put the gentleman up for the evening because he had nowhere to stay. He travelled the UK and been around Ireland in like 4 days. Being an American, he doesn't mind driving 10 hours in one go. And I took him out for dinner. Now, this was the most bizarre day I've ever had. I met a stranger in the morning who became a friend by the evening, and we went out for dinner. And for me, it was just one of them situations where you don't know how life's gonna go. Every day is different. And what a guy. I think I'm going to keep in contact with him, and if I can, I'd like to go to America and see these RV parks. So when we went for dinner, it was a strange discussion because I was super interested how the business works over there. Are they like caravan parks that we have? Is it what we saw as trailer parks? And it transpires it's not. They're more like touring parks that charge rent per month opposed to every year that we sort of work on a business model of. And he doesn't sell homes. People buy them from a retailer and just bring them on. But he has people that live in them as a full-time occupants. What he said was when they've had big hurricanes and if the houses have been damaged, they'll move into the RV and it'll become a residence. But what an interesting guy, what an interesting day. I hope he sees this. He said he liked and subscribed. So yeah, shout out to Joey Mason. Just to go over 2024. It's been a struggle of a year. I'm happy with the way it's turned out. There's been a lot going on that we had no control of. An election, a budget year. The weather was terrible in Q1, but we got there. Going forward, I don't know what I want to do. Normally I have a big list and an agenda in my head of things I'd like to achieve and where we want to be. And goals for me, I've been thinking about this a lot. One goal I'd like to achieve, 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. And I appreciate that's a long, long way off. But if we can do it, why not have a goal? That does motivate me quite a bit. I'd like to learn a bit more. I'd like to learn a few more skills. I've been talking or threatening to do a landscaping course. I don't know where the hell I start with that. I want to go to Chelsea Flower Show. I'm going to make Cameron come to that and be with me and the old grannies having tea, and just to absorb and learn and take in as many new things as we can. But beyond that, this is a strange time for me because normally, like I say, I have an agenda in my head. I know what I want to do. I know where I'm going. And I haven't got that at the minute. Our staff party, yeah, that was a good day. We all got the train up to Edinburgh. We basically had a full day just going around a few bars, then went for a bite to eat. So this worked out really well. Craig was adamant he wasn't drinking because he was playing football, so I'm going to drop him in it now. He got annihilated. It was good for me because nobody fell out. I didn't have to sack anyone. There was no dramas. And that's just what I want, plain sailing. But it was back to work on Saturday morning straight after. Me and Bob had to go and sight a caravan at Looker. We had a heavy storm coming that night. The caravan had just been dropped in the road at Looker, and I couldn't afford for it to be caught by the wind and either be damaged or damage someone else's. So we had to be up and on in the morning and go and sight that caravan. Thankfully, me and him weren't too bad. We had a little bit to drink, but we're home nice and early, so we weren't hungover. But it was a tough day. They're the type of things that you're always on your guard about. You've got to be conscious of what's going on. I couldn't afford any accidents. So yeah, we managed to get that done. And since that Christmas party, it's been back to work, full steam ahead. I wanted to end this year on a positive note and have a real focus for everyone for when we get back. That's always my goal, that we're making the most of the time that we're here and not just doing jobs, which I have been this year. There's been periods where I've just been filling my time and I should have been having more of a direction. That was out of my control. However, onwards and upwards, on to 2025. Like I said, we've got these 7 exclusive pitches round the pond. I know they are going to be exceptional, and I've already had a little bit of interest on them. Although it's within the heart of the park and it's the most sheltered area I've got, I'm still going to try and do them all in a green and a brown colour for the cladding, just because I find it more sympathetic with the countryside. And I want to go to town on my planting with that. I want to get a little bit of help with both low and high level planting, so grasses, trees, shrubs, and make it exceptional.
Concrete in the day, first pitch out to 7.
Just need to measure up how many cubes that we need now. I think we had 6 there. I think 4, but I just want to get it bang on and ring the plant and tell them, so when they deliver, there's no waste. So we're going to bull float it, get a polish finish on it. We've got anchors to put in. We're going to use the digger so it can stretch out, because we're not going to put anchors in the whole thing. I've concreted a lot bigger area on this because I'm doing what would be the decking area as well. Because we've built up a little bit of ground here, we've compacted it, but for peace of mind I'm going to concrete everything. I've done that before on areas that we've made up, and I just want peace of mind that it's done once and that's it. So we've still got anchors to put in, and at this end, rather than laying paving stones, I'm going to use another kind of float with a brush finish, just so there's no slip for if it's the winter months, if it's damp or frosty. Whoever's in this caravan, when they come out and down the steps, there's no risk of them slipping. So just a bit more detail on this one. I'm quite excited about it because we are on developing again. That's been 3 years. Although this is just a tiny little development, I've missed it. The guys have missed it. It gives us a focus and an agenda for the winter. Time goes a lot quicker when we know we're busy. We're not just battling the weather and finding jobs. We are actually having a purpose and feeling satisfaction at the end of every day when we've completed our tasks. Quickly, talk us through your overhead kick on Saturday.
Got it on camera if you want to see it, like.
Oh, aye,
Man of the match, or?
Man of the match, aye, no bother to me, at all.
Nah, I'm on a bit of a goal drought at the minute, so it was good to get a goal.
I don't mind you playing in the women's game. Do you know when I started this YouTube, everyone thought that I was
David Brent?
No, but everyone thought I was up my own backside, and I just wanted a camera following me around for my own ego. You still think that? And now, see, Craig wants to be on it all the time. Bob's starting to come round to it. Arlene's starting to come round to it. They understand the power of it. They see the quality of what Cameron actually does. Every Monday they come in after you've done a video and it's like, oh, he's just getting better. His videos are just getting better. And now they all want to start being in it. Craig's going to open a TikTok account soon. Well, have you not noticed? Like, they used to hide before.
Craig, were you hopeless at this when you first joined as a young apprentice?
Oh, worse than hopeless. Worse than hopeless.
How bad were you, Craig?
Awful. Awful. Getting there now though.
But if I've got to be honest, and I hate giving him compliments, but if he gets man of the match at football, he's got man of the match of the year here, because he's improved the most out of everybody. It used to be useless. I couldn't leave him with anything. He broke everything, he hit everything. He just cost me money every day. And now I can actually leave him with a little bit of responsibility. You better save that, mate. And he's not the best. That's the best thing he's ever said to me.
Certainly getting no.
Arlene, are you feeling festive?
Not really.
Massively.
She fell in the pond before though, and Bob fell in the other day and I didn't get it on camera. I was devastated. Right, everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the journey with us in 2024, and if you're new to this channel, we're slowly getting better thanks to our cameraman Cameron. We will see you in 2025. Hopefully there's big things on the horizon. And Craig, take it away.
Make sure you like and subscribe.
Cameron, when will I see this video?
It's Sunday morning.
You promise?
It's Sunday morning. Well, yeah, he's got Sunday night.
It won't be like 5 o'clock and then uploaded at 6.
Perfection takes time.
You said Saturday last time, and you just said Saturday again today. Now you're changing it to Sunday, so I'm gonna hold you to it. Right.